Hello! Today I'm going to be showing you how to take chrysanthemum cuttings. If you're new to taking cuttings, or maybe you're a little bit nervous, chrysanthemums are a great one to start with because they root very, very easily. I've had success with just sticking them straight in the ground next to the plant that's growing, and they've rooted really successfully. So it's a great one to practice on. You're going to multiply your stock, saving you money, and you can share those with friends, plant them in your garden, grow them on your cut flower farm, whichever way you want to grow them. So you're just going to need a punnet. I've just filled this with some really free draining seed raising mix. You just don't want anything that's going to be too stodgy, because the danger with chrysanthemums is rot. So something that's nice and free draining, nice and light is going to be great. So I've just filled this up with some seed raising mix. Then you're just going to need some snips or a knife. I do prefer to use a knife, but I haven't got one on me right now, so I'm just going to use my snips today. I just don't want to be crushing the stem when I'm taking my cutting, so they are a bit sharper than the last video if you saw that one. And then finally you're just going to need some plant labels. I've just cut up a old vegetable punnet, I think maybe tomato punnet, and I use these as my labels. It's nice and cheap and saves it just going into the waste, because I just keep reusing them as well, because the Sharpie washes up eventually. Okay, so I'm out at one of my chrysanthemum beds now. I do have a lot of this popping up, which is corn cockle. So I'm going to want to leave that, but this is what we are looking for. These are chrysanthemum shoots. So you can see that they're coming from this plant here. So I've just cut the top off after they finish flowering in autumn. And I'm going to take cuttings from here. My labeling situation wasn't the best, so it's a little bit of a lucky dip as to what these varieties might be. What does that one say? Oh, pink champagne. Oh, snapped that one. Yeah, so I think this one, it could be apricot Haywood. If I look back from my photos from last year, I might be able to have a look at the position it's in and then figure out the variety. But this is what I am coming for today. So with this shoot, I can see that it's nice soft wood. It's not like this, which is hard. It's soft and kind of pliable, and that is the type of cutting that I want. So I'm just going to go down around probably here for this one, so you can see how much of the top I will have. So I'm just going to make my cutting now. So you can see I've just cut below a leaf node there. Don't worry too much, because you can always tidy this up as well. Alright, I'll take this into the greenhouse and show you how I pot it up. So a leaf node is just where the leaf meets the stem. So you can see it here. I've just propped you up so I can have two hands, and I'm just going to cut a little bit cleaner below that leaf node there. That's where the roots are going to form. And you can see that it's nice and green in the end there. It's not woody or dry, so that's going to be best for cutting. Okay. Then I'm just going to get my potting mix, and I'm going to make a little hole in there. And I want, where those leaves were branching off, I want those to be in the potting mix. So I'm going to stick it right down. Closer. I'm going to stick it right down in there, and I'm going to make sure it's nice and snug. I'll take a bit more from that side, just to make sure it's up nice and high. Like that. I'm going to write my label, and I'm just going to put apricot Haywood and a question mark, because I'm not totally sure that's what it is. But all those varieties around it I wanted to propagate anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. So I'll just stick my label in, just like that. Now I'm going to place this somewhere where it's not getting a whole load of direct light. I mean, it wouldn't be too bad because it's winter and the sun's not super strong right now, but I don't want to frazzle this before it has any roots. So I'll show you the position I put it in the greenhouse, and I'll show you the little dome that I'm going to put over it as well. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a tiny water just to make sure it's settled in around the potting mix. I don't want to drown it. And then I'm going to put my lid on, and this is just going to help it retain its moisture. And I'm just going to slide it. Ooh. I'm just going to slide it under here, which kind of blocks it from any of the harsh sun that's going to be coming in here, but there's still plenty of natural light. If you haven't got a greenhouse, don't worry, just put them in a nice warm sunny spot in the house that's not getting a lot of direct sun on. Now I'll check those cuttings in about 3 weeks to a month just to check how they're going, and I would say they will probably have roots in that time, so you don't have to be too patient. If you have any questions about growing beautiful chrysanthemums just like this one, please don't hesitate to drop your questions in the comment section. I hope this video helped you, and if it did, I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to my channel as well. See you next time!